God is like, listen, I'm going to take everything that you've been putting before me, strip you of everything that you thought was so important, and I'm going to show you why you need me. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Trinity. I didn't know what this video should be about. I had some things I wrote down. I talked to God about it. I prayed about it. At the end of the day, all I can be is me. This is me. I'm hoping that with making this video, I can reach somebody that is going through something similar, that somebody can relate. I don't want to make this video specifically all about me, more so about what God is doing with me. I want to say God has definitely been working on me, and it's been something. I recently lost my job. It has something to do with God. I don't necessarily see it as an attack specifically. One thing that I've been seeing a lot on social media is idolizing. A lot of people speaking about idolizing other things before God. And that has been on my heart kind of heavy because, you know, you get so caught up in life that you forget, and you know, you don't really see it. But when you take a step back and you look, it's like, yeah, I have been idolizing this before God. I have been putting this before God. I have been searching or seeking this before God. And I will say that in these times, everybody knows that money has been a big thing. You need money to do everything. Physically, you need money to get you through life. Spiritually, you need God. So it's easy to, you know, get in this mindset that, you know, I gotta get my money up. I gotta get my money up. I gotta get my money up. Like, I need to find a job that is paying $20 starting pay, and it's just so easy to, you know, search and seek for money because, you know, you feel like you need it to survive, and essentially you do. You know what I mean? Ultimately, I won't say you do, but, you know, you need money, you know, to pay your bills, to get you buy your food, you know, groceries, kids, whatever. So it's easy to put that before God. And honestly, I feel like God kind of wanted me to take a step back and see what I was idolizing before him, because like I said, I lost my job, and I've just been kind of seeking him more, of course, because, you know, I'm like, God, is this you? Is your hand on this? Like, I'm trying to find him in this and see, like, is this something, you know, that you've caused to happen to help me to see something? So I will say I've been enjoying my time off of work. I've been seeking him more than I have these past months. I've been, you know, trying to dive in prayer, but idolizing money before him. We're doing a lot of things for money and we don't see it. You know what I mean? This YouTube channel, I must admit that when I first started YouTube, I was doing it for the money. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if I want to spread God's word and I want to, you know, make this a faith-based channel, I cannot start off and do it seeking money. And I'm not going to say that I'm still not, you know, looking for a job that pays more than my last one. Or I won't say that I'm not looking for passive income. I won't say that. But am I doing that before God? A lot of things have been revealed to me, and I'm tearing up because the way that they have been revealed to me is like a very humbling way. And it's crazy because I asked God to humble me, and I always say it with hesitation because I know that that's exactly what he's gonna do. I don't want to say I've lost a lot of things. In my mind, I feel like I've lost a lot of things. I haven't lost things. I've seen things in different ways. It's a lot of things that are happening to me at once, and it feels like everything is going crashing down. And I see so much of how I've self-sabotaged or how I've prioritized things before other things. And this is why everything is coming down at once. Like school and bills and work and just everything is coming. Like people, like I've been seeing like relationships that I've had or have, I'm just seeing how, you know, God has told me to part from them, and I've continued to speak with these people, or God has told me to let these people go, and I've continued to be in, you know, relations or the presence of these people. And it's just like, I'm going to show you why it is important to seek me before all of this. Like, this is what I've really been feeling. Like, God is really like, listen, it's never gonna, like, it's never gonna be more important than me, ever. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? And you keep putting stuff on the back burner. Keep saying, I'll do it later. I'll seek you later. I'll read your word later. I'll pray to you later. I'll have quiet time with you later. Well, I'm gonna make it right now. You gonna do it now. That's what God is saying. You gonna do it now. Because you're not gonna have a choice. I'm gonna put you in a place where you feel like you don't have any choice. Where you feel like you need me the most. Because what God will do, I've experienced this on so many occasions. What God will do is He will cause you to lean on Him. He will cause you to seek Him more than you ever did. He will cause you to read His word more than you ever did. He will cause you to pray to Him more than you ever did. He will humble you, actually. Just when you feel like you're making it somewhere and you going somewhere and you no longer need Him, He will cause you to take a step back and look at how you got there, or look at, is that a place that I've put you in? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. It's tough. Don't ever think that you're going to get too far from God, because He's never too far from you. He's never too far from you. And I see a lot of people on social media, like on this, like this wave of like, you know, speaking about Christ openly, because, you know, it's never been a real big thing. Like, a lot of people don't come to social media and speak about Him too often. You've had like your few people, but there's been a lot more people coming out and actually speaking about Him. And part of it, I think, is like the move of God in everybody's life. I feel like I'm going through this healing. Like, I'm healing from, this is a part of my healing. I seen this in a song. I heard this in a song the other day, and it really kind of like, I was like, this is fact. If you never jump, if you never take that jump, that risk that you're scared to take, that you will be in the same place for the rest of your life. And I don't mean it in the way of like, let me take this risk and move to a different country, or let me take this risk, quit my job. Like, not that risk. I mean, like, if you never put yourself in a place where you're uncomfortable because you have to heal, or you're uncomfortable because you have to see something. Like, if you never step out and do the hard thing or do the uncomfortable thing, you will be in the same place for the rest of your life. I always said my biggest fear was death, and that is not my biggest fear. My new biggest fear is not reaching my full potential in this lifetime, because I feel like if I don't, that's because of me. That's my doing. I'm afraid to live beneath who I was supposed to be, live beneath who I know that I can be. I can't blame it on anybody else. I can't blame it on my mom. I can't blame it on my dad. I can't blame it on a relationship. I can't blame it on a friendship. I can't even blame it on God. It's me. If I don't get where I'm supposed to be, I can't. That's That's me. That's a me decision. Because I decided to stay in what I know is comfortable, or I decided not to be obedient. I right now am trying to do only what God has called me to do. And I mean in every aspect of my life. I don't want to speak with people that God has not told me to speak with. I don't want to be friends with people that God has not told me to be friends with. I don't want to be in relationships with anyone that God has not called me to be in a relationship with. I don't want to work a job that God has not called me to work at. I don't want to be in a place that God has not called me to be. I don't want to make a video that God has not called me to make. And I mean this. I mean this. I don't want to major in something that God has not called me to major in. I'm struggling with some things in my life because I'm waiting to hear from God on it. If God has not spoken to me on it and I don't have confirmation, I'm not doing it. One thing I want to say is that anything that God has not provided you with, you won't be able to keep. Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get that job, but you won't keep it. You might get that raise, but you won't keep it. You might get that $600, but you won't keep it. If God didn't give it to you, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's not long-standing. All good things come from the Lord. I don't want to be deceived into thinking this is something that God has given me and this is something the enemy has given me in return for me turning my back on God, because I believe that this is something he's given me. You know what I'm saying? And I say this for everybody. I say this for myself as well. It's time to focus on what is important. And I mean that from the bottom. What is really important? Because no matter how much money you need to get through this world, that is not important. That's perishable. I know that with seeking God, that he will provide all my needs. I'm worried about the condition of my soul, the condition of my heart, the condition of my, what is my lifestyle? Is this serving God? Is this pleasing God? Is this the way he's called me to live? Because, baby, your mental, it'll eat you up. It'll eat you up mentally. If you living in this way that God has not called you to live in, if the enemy has got your mind, and if he has deceived you into thinking that this is the way God has called you to live, or this is what God has, you will fall. And I thank God that he is allowing me to see this. I pray that everybody gets some type of relationship with God. Don't lose sight of what's important, regardless of what's going on around you, regardless of who you're around, regardless of what you're doing. Don't lose sight of what is important. Don't lose sight of who is important. Make sure that above everything you prioritize God. That you don't get too high-horsed or big-headed. It's easy to do, but take a step back and just look at everything. Just see everything and just analyze everything. You'll know someone by their fruits. You can have everything and have nothing. Y'all be blessed, and I'll catch y'all on another episode of The Couch. I don't know, should I call it The Couch, The Couch Talk? My name is Trinity, and I'm out. Stay blessed and stay focused.